Hi, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to our weekly webinar. Here we have with us Angela Rodriguez, who's going to talk to us about wonderful products for us. And we also going to talk about some Instagram techniques so we can keep posting and keep our personal website, updated and in constant communication with all of our followers, friends, and family. Welcome, Angela.
Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. My voice is struggling a little bit today. So Cynthia's here too as extra help in case I start coughing. I had a little bug, like a sore throat, and thankfully I started using all my use products 100% from day one, and I have a voice again, but we're going to try to keep it going. So thank you everyone who's connected live with us or catching the replay later on in the day. It is the week of November 21st. This is a big week for shopping, right? So we're going to try to give you some tips on how to work with our sets that we have on sale right now, how to encourage people to take advantage of discounts like with your PCC, how to show gratitude to our customers and members of our team, how to create some different workshop options, and we'll talk again about Instagram and a few extra tips with that awesome platform. So for our product spotlight today, we want to talk about the holiday aromatherapy set. So you'll notice with the holiday, the gifting and giving sets that we have on sale right now, one really cool one that I'm most excited about is the holiday aromatherapy set that comes with the Pebble diffuser. And then I have the 10 ml, but the 5 ml bottles of 3 of my favorite citrus oils of orange, bergamot, and lemon. And so these are such a cool gift idea. They're on an awesome price. If your customers were to buy all of these pieces separately, it would be a value of $80, and they can get them for $50 with this set. So it's a huge savings. And how perfect is this for the holiday season and colder weather months, right? So the Pebble diffuser is a great gift because it's so easy. So it's waterless, it's cordless. You charge it for 2 hours. It lasts for 8 hours. And it's just so easy to carry around with you. It's good to set on your desk and to just have aromatherapy in your personal space at work. You can put it in your bathrooms because you don't want cords laying around in there. But I'll also put this in my purse and take it out when we're in the car. So I do school pickup and drop off and things like that. And we spend a lot of time in our car some days. And so we make sure to have this going right in the car, and it makes such a big difference. And so it's great for small spaces and personal use. For the bergamot that's included with this set, it has a sweet, fruity aroma. I always describe it as it smells like a combination between orange and lime. I haven't met a single person who doesn't fall in love with this aroma. And we call these our happy drops, right? They are very uplifting. They give us that sense of security, and they help balance our emotions. So think of bergamot as like a stimulating citrus oil. Orange, on the other hand, is a calming citrus oil. So it has that sweet citrus aroma that you would expect from orange, right? But it helps us feel less conflict, right? So it's going to be more of a calming sensation. It helps us feel more in control and less irritable. This is great combined with orange and palmarosa with lavender is a great combination to help us feel nice and tranquil when we have those days that can be demanding of us. So orange is a great one that can be included with bedtime routine and things like that because it has calming effects. And then lemon is another stimulating citrus oil that has a fresh citrus aroma like you would expect from lemon. And it's more for inspiration. So it helps, excuse me, it helps us with creativity, alertness, focus. It's more uplifting. So please make sure that you're talking to your customers about this set and get one for yourself if you don't already have all of these. They blend so well with other oils and they help you feel great on their own. They're fantastic to have for demonstrations and for personal use. And so for our business tools today, we want to talk a little bit more about Preferred Customer Club because as we were planning the webinar for this week, we just mentioned that we have a lot of consultants that still have questions about the Preferred Customer Club and how it works. So we're going to talk a little bit about the basics today, and we'll go more in depth about some of the other features next week. So when we are offering the Preferred Customer Club, who should we offer that opportunity to? These are for our customers who already know and love our products. They have already purchased 2 or 3 times or more from us. We know that they're purchasing products often. And this also might be great for people who are starting like the skincare line or something of a long-term routine that they're going to be refilling their products on a regular basis, where we know that, you know, they're going to spend more than $290 throughout the year, and it will really pay for itself and then some for them. And the reason why we're offering it to them is because it's kind of like this beautiful middle ground between being a customer and being a consultant, right? So they pay their $29 to enroll, and then they get 10% off of all their PCC orders. That 10% doesn't go towards spa orders. So if they're ordering from someone else's spa, it won't apply for that. But they do get 10% off all of their PCC orders as long as they're signed in as a preferred customer club member on the website or in the app. And then another great perk is that they get, every time they make a qualifying purchase, like a PCC order, they get 5% back in use dollars that they can use the following month. And that's a big bonus for a lot of people who are buying every single month, because that percentage goes up after every 3 months of qualifying purchases. So when you're offering this to people, those are kind of your key stats. It's $29 to sign up. You get 10% off of all your PCC orders, and you get 5% back that you can use the following month. Let us know in the chat if you have other questions about PCC. Like I said, we'll go more into detail with some of that next week, but we would like to know what are other doubts that you have about PCC at this time. And so for the enrollment, like I said, it's $29 a year. If someone wants to join your PCC, how do you get them the link to let them sign up under you in your PCC, in your club, right? So you're going to go to your business app. This is something that I always feel like is just way easier to do from the app than from the website. So go to your business app and click on the sponsoring button. And then from there, you'll have the option of, does the person want to sign up as a consultant, a preferred customer, or a retail customer? Obviously, we pick the preferred customer. And then you'll notice that it'll come up with this page that the person will fill out. So when you're sharing this page with the other person, you just want to click on the share icon and then click copy, or you can just send, directly into a message to that person, whatever format you're talking to them in. So then they'll be able to open that link, fill out the form themselves, pay the fee themselves, and get signed up. It's really easy, right? So just use that app, sponsoring, preferred customer, share, copy, send them the link, and that's that. If for some reason that link ever is not working, just close out your app, refresh, and try it one more time. I've had that happen once, I think, where my link wasn't active and I just had to close out and do it one more time, and then it reset. I don't know, whatever was causing the issue. So very, very easy. Another big perk is that we have the PCC customer app, where your customers can shop via an app. So they can sign in with their customer number and password. The catalog will identify them as a preferred customer and will automatically take the 10% off of their prices as they shop through that app. It's a nice visual reminder that they have on their phone that's telling them, like, hey, get your use refills, or you try something new from Used, right? They have that visual reminder on their phone, which is really cool. And it's so easy to order. It keeps them logged in. After they've logged in once, they click on that little shopping cart and they can shop. They also have like a dashboard similar to our consultant dashboard that tells them if they have use dollars available, and things like that. So it's a great incentive for them to just make their shopping easier. And remember that this is an app that we promote with PCC, but any of your customers can use it. It's just that if a regular customer signs in on this with their customer number and their password, they just don't have the 10% off on the prices, right? So that app is available. If you go through your customer or your consultant link tree, you can get the link to that app to share with people after they sign up as well. So any other questions about PCC, just make sure you let us know in the chat, or if you're on Facebook, in the comments on Facebook, and we'll make sure to cover any of that next week when we go in more into detail. Okay, and then we want to show you a few just quick tips for business this week. Excuse me again. So one thing that we think is really important this week, of whether you celebrate Thanksgiving specifically or not, it's just a good time of year to stop and show gratitude to our customers and to the consultants on our teams as well. So we wanted to give you a few just quick ideas of how to do that. So one thing that I'm doing this week is I am writing out, I just buy these from like the dollar store, right? But I just get these little thank you cards that have a look that kind of goes with my brand with youth. And I just do like, thank you for being a part of my small business. Here's a sample just for you to have a little treat at home. Reach out to me if you need anything, right? It's just like a quick handwritten note to say thank you to my customers that already are part of my business. Some people will also just write these even without samples because you don't want any sales related to it. That's okay as well. Some people will just make a little video saying, I'm so grateful for you, and they'll send it out to their different customers or post it in their customer groups. And some of our consultants do like just personal calls. So they just have their customer list up and they just make little phone calls and just call. They don't talk about sales. They don't talk about buying anything. They just call and say, hey, I just wanted to tell you, thank you for being a part of my business. And it's just, this is a good time to just build relationships with your customer base. And like I said, it's a good idea to do the same thing with your consultants that are on your team as well. Another business tip that we want to go over today is just how to take advantage of some of the sets that we have on sale right now in November, that you can take advantage of that, finish November strong in terms of sales, and then use them for a workshop in the beginning of December. So one, like your starting step for how to do this is just choose a set that you want to promote for your workshop. So for example, I'm going to focus on this holiday aromatherapy set, right? It's only $50. That's like a good price point for me and for the majority of my customers. And I think it's really useful. I could talk about using citrus oils to feel better during winter in Wisconsin for my local customers, etc. And I could talk about how it makes a great gift, teach them how to use it. So if they do give it to someone else, they know how to explain it to them. And then promote your workshop. I highly recommend sending out personal messages first saying, hey, I have this workshop going on. Just wondering if you're interested. You buy this set ahead of time. And then, the first week or the second week of December, we're going to do either a virtual or in-person workshop to teach you how to use it. An important thing is when you're doing a buy ahead workshop, after you talk to them about it and invite them to participate, they must place their order on your website, or they have to Venmo or Zelle you the amount for that set. Like if you're going to do a bulk order or something like that, they have to pay for it ahead of time. So give them a deadline by, I have to have received the payment by November 29th, and then you can place the order on the 30th, right? And then place your bulk order before the month ends to make sure you get the deal for whatever set you're promoting. And then schedule your workshop for early December. Remember, we want to do it within those first 2 weeks of December because the end of December is just busy and people aren't really available for very many in-person events, especially. So basically you're getting your order in by the end of November. Give yourself enough time for shipping to get the products if you're bulk ordering for some people. And then set up the time. Are people going to come to your home and you do the demonstrations with the items in that set? Or are you going to do a virtual event and they do it with you from home? Kind of depends on where your customer base is and how that works for them. So it's a powerful tool that's really simple. And it's a good way to not only sell a set, but make it a really important educational experience so that they know exactly what to do with that set and all of the benefits it comes with. And one thing that we mentioned is that it's just easy to also promote when you do the workshop itself, whether it's in person or virtual. It's a time where you can talk about other products that work well with the set. For example, these are pure essential oils in this set, right? These citrus oils are pure essential oils. They are going to have their diffuser already. So if they don't want to buy anything else, they're already set, they can use it in their diffuser. But while I do the workshop, I'm also going to talk about the aroma blends and how some days when I am feeling like my moods are all over the place, I will put I'll have some aroma blends lotion and some orange in it, right? Or on a day where I cannot get myself up and moving, I'll put a little bergamot in and then I'll use that like as my body lotion, right? So you can give or I might talk about the bigger diffusers. Like sometimes I need these in my whole house. So I get the tank diffuser going so that it runs for 12 to 18 hours in my living room, things like that. So you can also work on building your sales for December by adding on other ways to use them with other products that we have. Any questions about that workshop, let us know. But just remember, choose a set, reach out to people. I would do personal messaging first and then post it in your bigger customer groups afterwards. And have them pay ahead of time, give them a deadline like the 29th so that you can place the bulk order if you are doing so before the month ends, and then run your workshop itself in December. Yeah, so hopefully that's an idea that gives you a little motivation for an extra way to boost those sales at the end of the month here. Okay, and then we're going to move on to our social media tips. As you know, we have been talking about creating stories in Instagram. So we talked about how you just go to your business account in Instagram, you click on the little plus, you click story, and you choose, it could be photos or short videos, 15 seconds or less, that you have created on a topic. And you can select multiple there as well. You can even just do these on the spot and take a picture with your camera from inside this option. Super easy. You can select multiple. So a lot of times with stories, it's nice to have like 3 to 5 images or videos that go together. So if you click that little select multiple option, first, it will let you select multiple things in order that you're going to include in your story. And a good tip is if you are using your camera in the moment, just make sure you always clean off your camera before you create that content. You'll get the best quality images or videos to post. And then we've also already talked about using story highlights. So normally a story only lasts for 24 hours and then it gets archived. But stories are really powerful. Like stories, we can add specific product links to them. We can demonstrate like our top sellers in a way that is kind of casual and fast, right? And if you want to keep those for a longer period of time, all you have to do is add them to your story highlights in Instagram. So when you do that, this is something that you'll do like with a story that you've already made, and you'll click the plus button. You'll click story highlight, and then it will give you a list of all the stories that you've already posted on your account that have just been archived over time. So then you'll select what you want to add to your highlight. So I recommend doing this, like if you have a story where you demonstrated like the chamomile hand cream or Eucasol or thyme cream or something like that, like you kind of create like a little product catalog that way in these story highlights. So you select something from your existing stories, and then as you create the highlight, they're going to show up, like if this is your account, it's going to show up here in like a little row under your profile information. And so the nice thing is, if I posted this story about chamomile hand cream with a link to chamomile hand cream on my website, you know, if I find chamomile on my personal website and I grab that little like chain link icon to copy a link for that, and I put that on the story, that link is going to stay live in that story for as long as I leave it here in my highlights as well. It's a really cool way to have access to those all the time. Let me check. Does Instagram have to be a business account to get all those add-ons? Oh, so I don't think it has to be a business account. I personally, like I have my personal account and my business account is linked to it. So when I'm in Instagram, I just flip between my personal and my business account. But you do have that option on a personal account as well. Good question in the chat. So, and any other questions about using stories or story highlights or putting, you know, those little link stickers to our products on those stories? Okay, and you'll notice too that when you post these highlights, like what we talked about last time, I think that was last week or 2 weeks ago, where you can either choose a part of your video or image to use as like the cover picture, or you can upload a different one. However you want it to look, you can upload a different one and a short title. And so when people visit your profile, they'll be able to click on those, just kind of like a little catalog. Okay, and I'm putting the product names on them, but some people are just putting like a need or something like that, like cough or congestion or stress or tension and things like that. Like decide what's best for you and take advantage of that. Okay. Now, when you have those highlights you've made a lot of stories and you've selected multiple to your highlight reel, you can use those highlights to put them together and create a reel. Now, a reel is just like a short video, right? So what it's doing is Instagram is helping you make like a little commercial of some of your top content. Yes, how cool is that? So when you want to make a little commercial that has little snippets of all your reels in it. You can add music to it. You can make, it's like a little commercial that will be posted on your account. And people are like, oh, I'm kind of interested in checking this lady out, right? Then you can go in and see, they can go in and see your content later. So it's kind of like a commercial that brings people to your account. So, oops, and I don't want this video quite yet. So when you want to create that reel, you're going to go into your account and you're going to click on one of your story highlights. Excuse me. Hold on, I'm going to be coughing for a second, but my voice is doing better than I thought it would. I was just happy to have a voice today. I didn't 2 days ago. Thank you, Youst, for bringing my voice back. Okay, so when I go to my story highlights, I'm going to press and hold the highlight. So you press and hold it, and then you'll see some different options are going to pop up like this. Okay, so by pressing and holding, then I can go to convert to reel. And that's going to bring me into the option where I can take all of my story highlights and create that little commercial or reel with it. And I'm going to show you kind of what that looks like using a video that we have. It's in Spanish, but I'm just going to kind of go through it and pause so that you can see what it looks like. Can you see the video okay on your screen right now? Because on my end, it doesn't look like it.
We can just see like part of it, like it's not full screen.
So can you see it like on the edge of the slide right now?
Yes.
And it looks like the size of a phone?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's what we need. That's okay. And you don't need to hear it. I'm not sharing the sound with you guys because I'll be talking over it. I know a lot of you are bilingual, but not all of you. So we'll go through it in English. Okay. So here we are. We're going to hold and press, convert it into a reel. And when you click on that, you have to wait while everything loads. And what it's going to do is grab all your story highlights and put them in a little row like this. And it does take a little bit. Okay. And so here's where it's kind of magical. Like Instagram just is very smart. And yes, everyone can see it. Okay, good. Thank you. So so it's going to take all these little snippets from your reels and put them together and make like a kind of a commercial for you, right? Okay, so on the bottom, you're going to see recommended audio. And here, I'm going to turn off the volume because it's probably coming through on my mic here. And it has recommended audio, or you can go and look at more of it, right? But you'll have recommended audio to just have in the background. Okay, and then you can also search for other audio if you'd like to. There's tons of options on Instagram, so you'll be able to pick something from there. Okay, and then it just has like little snippets of your different story highlights. Now, you can go through, if there are some reels that you don't want all of it, or maybe you're making a weird face, like that would be my case, right? Or there's something that you feel like just doesn't really fit with the reel that you're trying to create. Then you can use like a video editor where you can drag and cut pieces off of it. Or if there's a reel you don't want to include at all, you can just delete it. So you click on it and delete it, and it's super easy. You can also you press and hold, and you drag them to different spots if you want them in a different order. And then you just click like done when you're finished. Okay, so it's just really simple video editing. If you have any issues with that, you can always find me in the consultant community and Facebook and send me a screenshot like it's doing this and I don't know what to do next. But it's pretty easy, pretty user-friendly to just grab and pull the pieces the way you want them. Okay, and then we'll go into next, and you'll want to maybe change the audio options because, for example, in a lot of my reels, I'm talking, right? In a lot of my reels, I'm talking. So if I don't want just random snippets of me talking in the audio of my reel commercial, I'm going to turn down the camera audio or the original audio, I'm going to turn that down. So it's just the background music that I can hear behind it, right? So I'm okay with them seeing that I'm talking about different things. Maybe I keep snippets of me applying the oils or the hand lotion in different ways and things like that. But I don't want them to hear me just like blah, 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 blah. So you can turn off the original audio and just leave the audio for the background music. And voila, you're like making your own commercial with a little help from Instagram. How cool is this? And I usually turn down the volume a little bit because I don't want to scare people. Like if they forget that their volume is on stories and it like blasts at them. So I turn down that volume down a little bit. If you want to do a voiceover about your business, you could also use that little record option and record your own voice over the top of your reels. You'll only be able to talk for as long as the reel lasts, obviously till the end of that. And then you can save that as your audio with the reel as well. Okay, let me see if there's anything else we need to pull from this video to show it off. I feel like when we're making this for a commercial, I would prefer to not have my voice on it and just let it be like a cool, background music, and they can kind of see what my page is about. But when you're doing this, you can also add stickers to it still. You can still add links to important resources or to your shopping website or whatever you would like. You can still add text to this, just like you would a normal reel. You can add animations, like you can use all those tools on the top bar to add filters, animations, etc., just like you would in a normal story or reel. Okay, so again, let me know if there are more questions about this process. Basically, once you're done editing all those little pieces, keep it simple, right? You don't have to make it super complicated. Keep it simple. Like this is just to be like a little snippet commercial that you're sending out there into the Instagram world for people to be interested in following your page. And then you're just going to go through the normal finalization steps, like what we've been talking about the past few weeks. And you will share it to your Instagram profile as a reel. So it's a really cool way to create a commercial for yourself and draw more interest to your page just by saying like, these are some of the things that I do here at, my page is called Self-Care Essentials. So any other questions, I'll check the chat, but otherwise we'll move on to our last few things here. Okay, so let's talk about our call to action for this week. We know that this is a week that's busy for a lot of us with family things, so we want your call to action to be personal. Personally contact at least 15 people who have supported your business this year and say thank you, right? So these are not sales calls. These are just thank you for being a part of my business. How is life going? What do you have going on this week? Like these are just connecting with people via message, via phone call, via written cards, etc. Whatever you feel like works best for you. And in terms of keeping up with your business this week, at least these first few days of this week, keep working on Instagram stories for key products, right? Try to every day post something for your key products so that you can go back and add those to your highlights. Include a specific product link sticker to those, which means go to your personal website, find the product that you're talking about in your story, and click on this little link to get a specific link to your website to that product. And then when you go to your story, just click on the little sticker icon and choose link and put it in there, okay? It's super easy. And that way, when you add that to highlights, it is like a catalog. You have the image, you have the information, and you have a link if they want to go and check it out right away. And then pick the your most relevant stories to add them into your highlights, like I said, to have kind of a catalog of the favorites. Yeah. And you can have quite a few on there and they last for as long as you want them to. So they don't really have an expiration date, which is super cool. Okay. Tell us in the chat, what is one thing that you are going to do for your business today that was helpful from our webinar, or today or this week? What is something that you are going to do in your own to-do list? It's good to write it down. It helps us stay committed. I know I'm guilty of sometimes I have like a list of 50 things that I want to accomplish this week, but it's good to have a few priorities set and written down on paper or in the chat, wherever you need it to be, so that you are committed to moving your business forward. Especially after vacation, right? Have a plan, have a to-do list ready for when you get back. If you're going on vacation for a few days this long weekend, have a list ready for when you get back. Ooh, Jennifer, and I follow you on Instagram and Facebook, so I'm looking forward to seeing your reel. I'm working on my first one too. I'm working on building up my story highlights with lots of good information so I can have a reel that really pulls people in. Thank you. Okay, so that is it for our weekly training. I will go over a few consultant specifics. Cynthia, do you want to stop the recording at this point?
Yes,
I'll go
I
through
already
some.
stopped the live.
Okay, you did. Okay. So we have the sales ending today is the time cream. This is such a good deal. With a purchase of 125 or more, people are getting the travel size time cream for free. Also with that, all month long, they'll get the 3 vital use samples with 75 or more. Gardenia Nights is still 50% off through the end of the month. How amazing is that deal? And 35% off these 2 different presentations of body balm, the big normal bottle and the spray. The spray is so nice for anyone who gets like dry skin on your back or a sore back during these months, especially, that you can just spray it on yourself and you're good to go. Okay, we also have the holiday sets where we have that Aromatherapy set that I was just talking about earlier, the body contouring essential 3, and the basic skincare set. We'll be talking about that a little bit more next week as well. And our hosts in November, make sure you're wrapping things up by the 30th and placing their host order so that they get their free gift. Remember that this free gift is for third-party hosts, which means not us as consultants. So if you have a host that is not a consultant, they qualify for this free gift with the diffuser, the car diffuser, the little used cosmetic bag, and a 5 ml eucalyptus. Okay, and for those of you who are keeping track of your Bahama points, if you reach $1,000 or more in personal sales in November, you receive 1,000 points for the incentive trip, which is a really cool deal. Only this month we're getting some extra points. So, and remember that we earn these points through, August through January. So we want to make sure we make the most of that. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone who stayed with us and joined us this morning. Cynthia, do you have anything you would like to add?
I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us today on our weekly webinar. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week for more tips.
Yes, thank you. We're grateful for you all. Have a nice, relaxing rest of the week, hopefully. Bye.
Bye.